So Amy Costley here, Amy Broussard-Costley. She has been in this program as a marketer for about a year now, and she just has incredible results. She's moved on to a different practice than she originally started with, but I will tell you, in that practice, they really did start from. I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but it was less than 10 a month, correct, Amy?
Yes.
Less than 10. Yeah. And in that first month, where did you go after the first 30 days? What were your results? There you
It
go.
hasn't even been 30 days yet, and we're already at 6 referrals.
Oh, no, no. I'm talking about in your
Oh,
previous employment, you started with less than 10. And then
mhm.
within the first 30 days, and we're going to get to your current situation. But tell me what happened back then.
Yeah, so I think before they had about 9 referrals coming in, and within, I would say 30 days, we jumped to about 30. Then went from 50 to 60 something. It was really good.
Okay. And
Saw results very fast.
it worked very fast. All right. And so now you're working for a different company. And tell me, you've been there for what, less than a month, or you just started?
I just started about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, but in between holidays. So, yeah, today is my first full, or this week is the first full week. And we are now at 6 referrals this month.
6 referrals. That's awesome. And but tell me, where were they starting? What's their baseline?
Nothing.
Nothing. So totally from scratch. Now they got 6 PI cases. Do you know the average PI case fee at the doctor you're currently working for? 3,000, 5,000.
Uh,
Do you know that?
yeah, it's between 3 and 5.
Okay. So you just helped that guy make $25,000 in the first 12 days of the year.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Amy, let's talk about this. So you get there, he has really no marketing penetration in the market that you're in. So tell me, what were the first couple of things that you did to really stimulate getting 6 referrals from virtually nothing?
Well, I made really good relationships with my previous employer. I like to make connections and friends with everyone I meet. So I walk in with not necessarily intentions on seeing an attorney, but if I can, that's always a bonus. But I'm going to make friends with the gatekeeper, the paralegals. I will find something to talk about, get to know them. They'll feed me information that I need to know before even seeing an attorney. Before I'm even walking in the building, I'm doing research on them via social media, their website. I know what they like, what they don't like. So I'm already coming in knowing who I'm seeing and a little bit about them.
Because you've used social media as your ultimate cheat sheet so that you're prepared to go in. You're not walking in cold. You at
Right.
least know 2, 3, maybe 5 things about the attorney, which can elicit some conversation
Absolutely.
and like a connection.
Absolutely.
Okay. Um, and also, when I was talking to you last week, you were telling me that you just get into proximity with these people in your daily activities and your night
Mhm.
activities. Tell me a little bit, elaborate on that a little bit.
So we had a date night on a Friday night, my husband and I was like, let's go to a restaurant where I might have an interaction with an attorney because I know where his favorite spot might be. And it went perfectly. We sat at the bar, ate dinner, and an attorney walks up, start chatting with his wife first. And she introduces me to him, which I already knew who he was, and we start a conversation. And he is feeding me everything that I need. We then became friends on Facebook. I found when his birthday was coming up, I got him a gift just for him for his birthday from our conversation. He thought that that was the sweetest gift and so personable. He called me that day after bringing him the gift. He emailed me and sent a letter to our office in the mail, thanking him for such a personal gift and enjoying our conversation from just a random meetup at dinner.
Okay. Proximity is power. You go where these people go and you get in
Mhm.
conversations with them.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit. So going back to your Facebook stalking, uh, which
I'm
you're
good at that.
using. I mean, you're using social media for the benefit. Like you can look and get all this great information.
Oh,
But talk
yes.
about, like, even before you walk into attorney firms, you can see whose birthdays are coming up. Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about what you told me there.
So there was another one where they they had a whole post about his birthday and get to know him. And I found out his favorite food is peanut butter. So I went and had some custom peanut butter treats made just for him. So I'm coming in with a gift tailored to him. I'm getting past the gatekeeper. I already know it's his birthday. I'm coming with a special gift, like I already know who he is. And he doesn't know me from anywhere.
Right.
Now he does.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's go back and talk about these 6 referrals. Were these referrals from all different attorneys, or maybe 2 from one? Like, how many different?
This is 5 different attorneys. One
5
sent
different
2.
attorneys.
Mhm.
Okay. And none of them had really any awareness of the practice that you're currently employed by, that they even do personal injury.
Didn't even know.
You didn't even know. Okay. Okay.
Yep. They knew some of them knew who I was already from previous, and just reestablished that relationship and reintroduced myself of where I'm at now, and I want their business and this is what I can do to help.
Okay. And are you getting your doctor in front of these guys either via Zoom
Yes,
calls, or you're scheduling lunches for them?
absolutely. I've scheduled 4 lunches with 6 different attorneys 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that are still coming up.
No, we've had them. We've
Oh, okay.
recently had the lunch meetings over the course of last week and this week. And yes, it went very well. And we've already seen referrals from those lunches.
Okay. Awesome. So tell me what a typical day for Amy looks like in terms of your marketing efforts. What does a typical day look like for you, Amy?
I'm starting every morning doing my research. I have a list of where I'm going to go via the proximity that I'm going to be in that day. I am looking at their website. I'm learning where they went to college, because maybe I have similar things in common with their alma mater, or their theme for their practice could be LSU,
Yeah.
purple and gold, because they have that tiger pride, and I'm going to feed off of that. So, or I know that their hobbies are golf. Their hobbies could be in a range of different things, but I'm going to target and I'm going to go after them and get them talking,
Yeah.
because they're going to find interest in their own hobby. So once you get them going, they're going to give you everything you need. They feed you the information.
Right. Right. And when you ask them if they'd like to meet your doctor, tell me how that conversation goes. How do you open that up?
So we established a relationship, and I'm like, look, let's sit down, let's talk. I would like to take you to lunch and introduce you to my doctor. And usually it's like, oh yeah, it's like, where would you like to go? I'm gonna take you to eat somewheres, which 9 out of 10, I've already researched where they like to go, and I could suggest that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely do a lot of research. I friend a lot of attorneys and paralegals on LinkedIn, Facebook. Follow their business page. Their business page also says a lot as well, because
Okay.
they want their clients to know who they're working with. So in turn, you're getting hand delivered information about these attorneys right off of Facebook.
Right. So you're paying attention to your feed. And if you see something, you're going to be proactive. You're going to take some kind of
Hmm.
note or some kind of reminder for
Hmm.
next week to set your plan in motion for next week by the information that you're getting this week
Absolutely.
through scrolling your own social media and
Hmm.
seeing what people are posting when their birthdays are.
Absolutely. Not just attorneys, but the paralegals as well, because they control their calendar and their schedule, and they can put input. Oh, how about we refer out to them? Or, oh, she came by, we can go send to that practice. Having a relationship with everyone in the office, I think, is important, and knowing that you're here to help and you're a friend and you're going to take care of them.
So it's not just having your sights set on the attorney, but it's also developing some rapport and some
A
relationships
relationship.
with the administrative
Absolutely.
staff. Because I say this,
Absolutely.
they will gossip.
Mhm.
and talk amongst each other. Hey, that girl Amy, she doesn't even know my name. She's been here 3 times. She just, every time she walks in, she calls me, hey girl, hey girl. But you
Mhm.
remember their names, and are you using the CRM
Yes.
to remember all this?
Yes. And I get to know them, and I ask, I'm always asking, do you like sweets or savories? Or I'm going to come bring you some goodies, or I'm going to take care of you, or what do you like? Or, oh, this is my favorite pen. Well, I'm going to go get you a pack of pens or a notebook, just anything that gets them excited to see me. I walked in today to an attorney's office and they're like, what brings you by today? Like they're excited when I walk through the door. It's not like, oh, this girl again.
Okay, yeah. Have you ever had that happen? This girl again?
No.
Okay, that's good. Um, hey, we had a couple people just join. If you just joined and you have a question, you can raise your hand in the reactions at the bottom. Chris, welcome. Any specific questions while I see you there, man?
I would say one, and I say the larger firms. Have you found it more successful going for the attorneys or going for an intake specialist or someone or their business development person? Or do you like to go right for the attorneys? I mean,
I would say
it's a
the
big
intake
firm.
specialist. I got to know one girl in particular. I made her aware of why I was here. I'm here to book a lunch with the attorney.
Mhm.
And I'm telling her where I intend to bring him, hoping that that sparks interest because I know that's where he likes to go. Well, she was like, oh my God, I would love to go there. I've never been there. Didn't hear anything back. Went and bought a gift card for her to that
Big
place.
specialists.
I got that appointment that day.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, Amy, there's no official playbook. When I do this, this happens. You kind of have to be creative, understand who they are, get some research. It's all free on social media
Mhm,
in order to find out what makes them tick. What do they like to do,
mhm.
and deliver on gifts
Yeah.
that they like. Or yeah,
Pay attention to detail. If I'm in the office, in the lobby, I am looking everywhere to pay attention for anything that I can strike up a conversation with, or yeah, a favorite color, a hobby. I might wear that color that day because I'm more appealing to look at that day if I'm wearing their favorite color. There's little things, but definitely paying attention to detail, and don't always have to go for just that attorney because those gatekeepers hold so much power.
yeah. And do you typically ask? I know you're when you make these relationships with
I do.
the like,
I
do
do.
you ask them like
I
who's responsible for sending cases?
mhm. Oh, no, I talk to whoever is gonna listen to me. I'll be honest. Whoever is gonna let me in the building or the paralegal, I'm gonna find someone to talk to and make some kind of relationship with that person that day
Mhm.
and go forward. They will tell me, oh, well, they're gonna be here this day next week. Okay, great. I will return this day next week. So they give you a lot of insight.
Got it. And Chris, you may be have been alluding to this. Amy, you said you're right now you're targeting maybe more boutique law firms, smaller law firms, not like okay. Uh, Tell me about your experience, like walking into. I mean, you're in the Southwest. I don't know any billboard attorneys there, but or have you had experience walking into those guys? The guys with a lot of billboards, giant. They own their own
Yes. Oh,
city
absolutely.
block building.
So
Yeah.
they tend to have a liaison as well of an attorney's liaison. So I
Okay.
will do a lot of communicating with them, whether I'm sending stuff to him to disperse amongst other attorneys, my material, or just a coffee gift card, just to say, hey, you know, um, the one that we met at dinner was a big billboard attorney, and I got I got him right in person and got to know him, and now he knows me, and he could start sending his associates, "Hey, this is Amy.
Mm.
Send her some business."
Have you reached out to some of those associates, or have you had to do?
Absolutely, I have all their emails, and I've already sent everybody. Oh, this is where I'm at. I would love to do business with you guys, and they'll know who I am when I do present myself. All my emails have a picture of myself, so they know who I am. I have an ID badge, they know where I'm coming from. So
Yeah.
it's clear. It's clear why I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting away from business cards, but the email is a great idea. But the reason I'm bringing up business cards, a consultant told me, over 25 years ago, Mark, put your picture on your business card because people will throw away cards, but they won't throw away pictures. They're less likely to throw it away. But putting your picture on an email, I mean, that's in your email signature, correct?
Correct. I also have a digital business card. So it's hard to see, but it's a little circle.
Oh, yeah.
It sticks on my phone, and it's a digital business card. So it also has my email, my picture, site that I'm marketing for. That's even better on a random meetup at dinner on a Friday night. I might not have my business cards because I'm not looking to do business, but I'm always working. I'm working 24/7. I'm always networking, and I know who's around the area and a little bit about them on those moments that I might run into them.
Got it. And so is that you just touch their phone and it transfers the data?
Yep.
What's the name of that? I'll put it in the chat.
It's called Popl, Popl.
POPL? Okay. POPL.com?
And so they have a personal format and a business format. You pay for the business format, but that's where you can put all your social media handles, websites, everything on there, and they have it at their fingertips.
That's that's good technology. That's cool, Amy. Thank you for that. That's great value.
My name tag has a QR code, so they can go straight to the website.
Just by scanning the QR code on your, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, we're getting to the point where every TV commercial, anything visual is going to have a QR code where you can scan it and get the information, just like hitting, the ad on a video or.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I want to welcome somebody else who just joined. Gary, if you have a question, there's a reaction at the bottom. You can raise your hand. I'll call on you if you have a question, or you can just chime in. This doesn't have to be a big formality. Yeah. Well, Amy, anything else that you can add? I know you said you get a lot of marketers from my group calling you. Can you recall maybe one or two frequently asked questions that you get that you can share?
I think it's basically how am I walking into an office? How am I starting up a introductory conversation? So I will say that I'm not going there to just drop off material. That's not what I'm doing.
Right. You're interacting.
And yes, I am going with intentions to see an attorney, and I'm going to come with their name, like I already know who they are and I belong here, and he's expecting me. Half the times I'm let right pass through, and then I make that introduction and like, I'm here, I'm Amy. This is what I do. This is how I help you.
Okay. Well,
if I'm not getting past that gatekeeper, I'm making a relationship with her. So the next time she sees me, she knows who I am, and she can let me on through when he's available or when she's available.
And you're recording this in HubSpot so you can remember.
Yes, I know their name, pictures of their kids that might be on their desk, where their kids go to school, any kind of information, and they'll talk and they'll volunteer information. And so when I come back, I'm following up with that. Hey, how was soccer practice? Or how was that game?
Yeah.
So, yeah. And so they know me now. We have a relationship. Now we're friends. I say it a million times. I make friends. I make friends with everyone I meet. I'm a people person. So I think that's why I love this job. It's because it gives me the option to make friends with so many different people.
And you're not in the office. You're constantly out and about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So what you're saying is you have to be a borderline sociopath to be successful in this position. Is that what you're saying?
You have to be a go-getter, and just don't be discouraged, because I've had a door slammed in my face. It's happened. People are busy and they don't want to hear what you have, or they think you're soliciting. But if you come with, hey, I think I can help you, or there's a need for me to be here. And you do that. You develop that relationship and you figure out what they want and what they need and how you can help them.
So I'm sure the first couple of times you did this, the doubt sets in. the imposter syndrome sets in, the I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough sets in. But you have to get past that, have the courage, because the story you may be telling yourself is, no one's going to want to talk to me.
Mhm.
We, as humans, the human condition, sometimes we default to our lizard brain that will also default to the worst case scenario. I'm not going to get anywhere today. Obviously, that's the worst case scenario. But
Mhm.
Amy, it's not true, is it?
No, I started during the holidays. So many doors were locked that week
Yeah,
between Christmas and New Year's. So my expectations weren't very high, but the ones that were working and saw that I was working, we were able to have a great conversation and find a good business relationship. And they sent referrals.
that's awesome.
So
Yeah.
just not being discouraged and just keep at it and figure out what their calendar is. And oh, okay, well, today's not a great day. Okay, well, when will be a good day? I'll come back. That's not an
Okay.
issue. I'm not going to just like, oh, they didn't see me, I'm never going back. No, I'm going to continue to go back. I'll go there every week for a month if I have to. I've done it before. It's not going to stop me.
Have there been some attorneys or attorney firms that said, "Hey, this is too much," or do you think it just depends on you and your personality?
I've had one that was like, "Oh, I have enough chiros in my Rolodex." And it's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. But have you tried us? Are you happy with the chiros that you're currently using?"
There you go.
No? Oh, well, give us a chance. Send me one referral and let's see how we do. If you don't like us, that's fine. No, no hard feelings.
Right.
But give us a chance. Give us one chance and let's prove to you why we are good at what we're doing.
Has that worked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And they start referring because I mean they see it. Their clients are like, oh, I'm happy, I'm getting the treatment I need, I'm getting better. And they want to keep going, or they want to see what else we have to offer, not just chiropractic adjustments, but maybe they want some more dry needling. And it's like, oh, we offer that.
Just for the sake of this conversation, what's been a worst case scenario interaction that you've had in the field?
The door being slammed in my face. Like
Okay.
we don't have time for solicitors and it was public and it did catch me off guard that someone would be so rude for other people standing in the lobby,
And how many times
but
has that happened to you?
only once.
And how many
But
law firms have you probably walked into in a year?
no, hundreds.
Right.
Hundreds.
So focusing on that one action, that negative action, is really counterproductive because you're talking about something that happens less than 1% of the time.
Right. That doesn't happen often, and 9 out of 10 I'm making friends with everyone I walk in the door to meet. The
Okay.
whole
And
office, I'm going to be friends with everyone in that office.
right. And Amy, because you're new at this specific location, okay, and so the plans are to get him more proficient with Zoom, get his calendar
Mhm.
going so that you can book Zoom calls, because there may be some attorneys that are just too busy to have lunch.
Correct.
Okay.
But we're South Louisiana. We like to eat. So lunches are usually chosen over a Zoom. They like to get a little fresh air and get out of the office, and or will be near their office or near the courthouse or wherever they are. It
Right.
could even be coffee.
Right. But this will become a little more difficult, let's say, if you start marketing to
Once
attorneys
he's
in New
busy, yes.
Orleans.
Correct. But that doesn't stop me from going to New Orleans. That's 3 hours away. Whether he's there, I can be there.
Yeah.
I'll go to Texas. I can because they're advertising here. So if they're advertising, and you'll see that on Facebook, the more that you research attorneys, the sponsored ads start coming. And so I know they're targeting my area. So
Mhm.
I'm going to target them.
Oh, right, right. Right, your paid ads. The paid
The
ads that
paid
you,
ads. I start seeing more sponsored paid ads because I look for so many attorneys that now I get constant sponsored ads on Facebook, which is great because now I'm seeing what they want me to see coming in with information already before I even have FaceTime with them.
right, and those paid ads, they could be from law firms that are not necessarily close to your office. So, and
Hmm.
they may need to know who are the doctors in that area that focus on
Hmm.
PI because they're 100 miles away.
Absolutely. I mean, take for instance my husband who works in Texas majority of the time. Well, if he were to get hurt in Texas, he's going to get treated here at home. So we need to have those relationships across state lines.
Right. Because there are attorneys in Texas that have obviously passed the Louisiana bar, and that they can do it for both. Okay, cool. So in closing, Amy, tell me why you like this job and why you think you're so good at it.
Because I get to be myself.
Hmm.
I really do enjoy making friends and building relationships with people from all over, not just my area, but everywhere. So I went to school out of state. I love traveling. I love making friends. And I think if you come off genuine and sincere, and that's all I want. It's just to be friends. And if we can do business, great. Half the times I see some of these paralegals that we're having lunch outside of work because we have become friends.
Yeah.
They're buying me lunch. That's the crazy part.
By
It's
the
like,
way,
oh my God.
that's a tell. If you take an attorney to lunch and it's your invitation and they pay, you are going to get a client soon.
Yes. And I had that, and that was so fun. I'm like, no, I'm gonna pay. And they've already handed the waiter their credit card before we even gotten our food, because they're like, I want to pay for this.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, like that's flattering. That means a lot, and it means I'm doing a good job at what I do, and I think that's why I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's all about relationships. And we'll finish up by me sharing this. I run a mastermind for some top doctors in this program. And because of my relationships over the past 15, 20 years, attorneys say yes when I ask them to attend my mastermind as a speakers panel to help the doctors in the mastermind. They say yes. I mean, at the gym, the guy that spoke at my mastermind, I work out with his partner. I not work out, quite frankly, we did a cold plunge in the outside pool. I'd done it, but I hadn't done it in a while. And he said, Mark, you want to hop and do a cold plunge? Well, I don't say no, because I'm not going to back down from a challenge. But my relationship continues with this law firm, and I can't give them anything in terms of clients.
Right.
But
I
that.
play tennis, and I've taken an attorney, play tennis. And it's been a great relationship, just knowing that you can have something outside of business, where they're calling me just to hang out, or hey, let's go hit some balls, or a fair competition. And I'm not going to let them win either, because I'm super competitive. I play to win. So,
and they probably appreciate that.
Well, I think it also shows that I take my job seriously, and I am going to achieve goals that I want to achieve. And I'm a go-getter. And just like I am when I'm playing tennis, I play to win. I want to be number one.
So you've got a winner's mentality. And listen, I listen to mindset podcasts, and it's so helpful, especially your self-talk, what you say to yourself in your head, right? Monitor that self-talk. I'm sure when you started, there may have been some questions about, am I good enough? Do I know what I'm doing? Is this the right job for me? But you went through a process and you've gained experience. And through that experience, you've come out on the other side with all this confidence, all these new ideas. And I mean, Amy, a year ago, you were not in the medical field. You were not in a real sales position, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was in marketing. But
on a digital front, not
right.
Not B2B, face-to-face marketing like you're doing now.
Correct.
So you understood the concept of marketing, but this was a new thing for you.
And I didn't know in the beginning if I was doing it right. I was just being myself, and that in turn worked for me.
Yeah, your results proved that. Yeah. And this is Amy. She's one of the top marketers. She just started with a new company who had really 0 PI cases, right, Amy? And within the first 12 days of January, you're at 6 referrals. 2 of those days were Monday, Tuesday after the national championship, and 2 of those days were weekends. So first 8 days, you're on pace for about 1 every 1.2 days of referrals. And I know that's going to increase because you don't stop moving.
I don't stop. No. Yeah. I think I had to pump the brakes a little bit because it was coming too fast, and we're growing at a fast rate, and I'm excited for it.
Well, Amy, listen, I want to thank you for hopping on the Zoom call and sharing your experience. All your success you had at your previous employer, and now you've got a new employer, and it looks like you're on track to just hit the reset button and repeat the great results that you had. Amy, I want to thank you for sharing some value with everyone.
No problem. Appreciate it.